An open garden in a local preschool produced by and for the community. A pocket park in a busy street boosting biodiversity and the quality of living. Or blue-green infrastructure that serves local enterprises. These are just a few examples of nature-based solutions. They provide cities and communities with environmental, social, and economic benefits, are cost-effective, and help build resilience. But designing and implementing such solutions to scale is complex. What is the best solution for the area? How will it be financed? Who needs to be involved? There's a lot more to it than just infrastructure and technology. This is why we co-produced the Connecting Nature Framework, together with many cities, academic partners, and SMEs across Europe. It's a tool to work towards the implementation of nature-based solutions on a large scale. The framework has 3 phases: planning, delivery, and stewardship. In the planning phase, it's key to define the goals of the solutions and consider what innovations that will take. The delivery phase is all about the implementation of the solutions. The 3rd phase, which is not to be overlooked, is stewardship. Because how can a solution have impact if you don't manage, maintain, or monitor it? Each phase has 7 separate elements which cities need to consider when shaping their nature-based solution. These 7 elements are technical solutions, governance, finance and business models, entrepreneurship, co-production, reflexive monitoring, and impact assessment. The framework is not a step-by-step guide because it's best to work on your nature-based solutions through an iterative process. You don't necessarily have to go from A to Z, and the steps involved in this journey are interrelated. Now, let's dive into it. What do these phases and elements look like in everyday practice for European cities? Co-production in the planning phase, for example, can be done like in Poznan, in Poland. To co-produce a natural playground for a school, they held a visioning workshop with the kids, teachers, and parents of that school. The results of the workshop were input for the designer that worked on the nature-based solution. Rethinking governance also has to be started as early as the planning phase. What conditions and skills are needed to make connections across sectors to realize that one vision? When the city of Malaga in Spain started working on their nature-based solutions, they formed a cluster with public sector parties, knowledge institutes, NGOs, and businesses. The cluster exchanges knowledge, shares opportunities, and raises awareness. It's also wise to include the element of finance and business modelling in planning. For the Grow Chapel Community Garden project in Drum Chapel, Glasgow, that meant getting various stakeholders together for a nature-based solutions business model canvas workshop. This session, held in February 2020, helped to sketch a long-term business model for the garden. While all 7 are important at every phase of development, we highlight 2 elements for the delivery phase. The first is reflexive monitoring, a process of continuous, real-time adaptive monitoring and assessment. The Connecting Nature frontrunner city of Glasgow found this messy at first, but it gave their core team from city government critical insight into how to replicate a successful demonstration project in other parts of the city. The second is entrepreneurship. How can we stimulate new markets and business opportunities through nature-based solutions? This element of the framework inspired the city of Genk in Belgium to expand the horizon of their Steamer Valley project. What initially started as a project to improve poor water quality in a river valley expanded to the Steamer Deals program. This program marries local business, social entrepreneurship, and nature conservation. A nearby ice cream parlor, for example, developed a new flavor using local honey. With support from the city of Genk, This led to increased footfall in the new area, boosting the local economy. Now we're at the stewardship phase. Again, all 7 elements play a role, but we're discussing 2 in particular. One of those is impact assessment, the continuous and long-term effort to ensure viability of nature-based solutions. The Glasgow Connecting Nature team developed a nature-based solution dashboard. The dashboard makes all sorts of data like social, economic, and environmental data more accessible to support decision-making. Technical solutions aren't just part of the planning and delivery phase. Once a nature-based solution has been implemented, ensuring the tech supports the original goal is an ongoing process. The Posner Garden mentioned earlier isn't just a space for education and recreation. It also contributes to soil unsealing, increases biodiversity, and provides relief from heat stress. Making the tech work to deliver these benefits requires more than just building something and moving on. It's an ongoing endeavor. These were just some examples and applications of the Connecting Nature framework. Are you curious to experience how the Connecting Nature framework can help your city or community? Go to www.connectingnature.eu or get in touch with us. This framework is part of the Connecting Nature project, a collaboration between 26 European partners. Connecting Nature is funded by the Horizon 2020 framework program of the European Union.